everyone, welcome to the stream of things I want to talk about but can't really. I decided to pick some subjects that my school fails at teaching me, and I want to share those things. Sure, I haven't been attending school because I've been trying to get my medical stuff under control and some other things. So I thought making a video about things that I've learned would be interesting for people that like to learn. And I can teach, roughly. So the first thing that I wanted to do for the first ever stream of talking about things that I want to talk about but can't is some Godzilla facts that I learned over the years of watching Godzilla and having a passion to talk about things that I want to talk about. But I can't half of the time because of some things or people getting upset at me for talking about it, or just in general being told I talk too much, which is kind of sad because they don't try to understand why I talk a lot. Maybe it's because I don't normally talk a lot in real life, because I don't have any friends in real life to talk to anymore, because Damien, Meow Meow, many of my friends that I thought I could talk about anything to, they're way too busy or honestly forgot that I even exist, which is depressing. And the only people I can talk to is my family, but my sister tends to get bored of the conversations I have, and lately my dad has been stressed out because of his grandpa passing away, my great-grandfather passing away, and all I want to do is talk about things that I actually enjoy, that I can't talk to my grandpa about anymore. Can't ask him questions about his past anymore and learn more about him, which breaks my heart. Because the stories he told, I always wanted to tell my friends. But because I talk too much or they're not interested, I don't say anything. Because it's kind of not important, I guess. So, the first thing I want to talk about is something I learned about. Now, if anyone from Japan is watching this and don't want me to talk about this, I am extremely sorry. I'm kind of streaming right now. What do you want?
You gotta stop streaming.
Why? What happened now?
Windows being put in.
You think this is bad? Don't go to my house. You think this is bad? Don't go to my house.
I like it that I start streaming and I immediately have to stop streaming because of, yay! Even my family doesn't want me to talk about things I want to talk about today. Which is fun! Yay! I get a chance to talk about what I like to talk about in stream. And just for me to have to end it. Woo! Thank you, family. You're really helping my self-esteem right now. But, yeah. Okay, so the window has been replaced now. We are back, I guess, to talking to myself for a while. This is fun. I logged out on my Discord on my computer. My phone is dead and charging. As you can hear, I'm trying to turn it on now. I'm using my computer's port to charge it. So it's charging at the moment. But
Hello, Moto.
yeah, as you can tell, I have a loud phone. I'm just opening it so I can look at my Gmail. Don't know if any people are trying to contact me right now because I just turned it on. I don't know why it's making sounds on my computer, but it is, which is fun. You may hear notifications or spam notifications here in a second because I just opened up my phone. So yeah, I logged out of my freaking Discord, and I don't remember my password for said Discord. So I might be permanently logged out of my Discord, which is big brain for me to do, but at this point, I don't care. I honestly don't. Because lately, a lot of my friends have been crap. Let's just say a lot of my friends are getting into fights constantly, getting into drama constantly, and it's been stressing me the hell out. I try to understand what they're going through or things like that, but for some reason my friends seem to want to constantly, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm getting spam called from the same number. Don't know if it's important or not. I kinda don't care. Oh, by the way, I have a new, logo thing that will be showing up in my live streams now on, and in my YouTube videos. I took a lot of time making it, and I showed it to a couple of my friends. They think it looks cool, so I'm gonna use it now on. And yep, you can hear my phone going off. I need to change the notification sound. So yeah, I should probably get on to doing that here in a bit. But logo's gonna show up on screen now, and there it is. Sorry, it's a huge logo. I will edit that besides. Just give me a second. But this will show up in my live streams now on. This logo here. It's gonna show up in the corner here for all of my streams. It's gonna show up in the bottom corner. So you guys don't have to, you guys know that this is a YouTube video by me, so people don't steal it. And if you're wondering what it stands for, it's by the word by space LGA, and the heart is a slash. Really creative, I know. But yeah, there's the logo. It's gonna show up in the live stream more. I have a new friend suggestion. Yeah, screw off TikTok. You have a new friend suggestion. Oh, wowee. I don't use Facebook anymore, really.
It's Cody, and Mom wanted me to call you.
I tried. It says I can only do emergency calls.
Let's just say, you know what? I'm actually gonna get my mind out of this. So, if anyone is wondering, why do I sound very depressed besides the whole entire me wanting to talk about things, but my friends kind of don't want me to talk a lot anymore because I didn't remember or understood they were watching a video. No one told me they were watching a video. They just told me I talked too much, and that was about it. They didn't tell me they were watching a video. I knew they were live streaming, but I thought they were live streaming gameplay. But no, they weren't. They were live streaming a video they were watching. And if everyone just thought we were allowed to talk about what we want during things, but I guess not. Which is fun.
Anthony.
My friend over here is asking, why are you done with Discord? Gee, I don't know. Maybe it's because two of my friends fucking lied to me. And because of that lie, I almost lost my fucking life. Thank you, Joker and Dark. Thought I could trust you. But no, you straight up lied to me to my face.
Somehow made off with 11 toilets. No. Yeah, 11 toilets.
That's what I'm doing, Tyler. I'm bringing myself out of the equation by fucking planning to delete Discord.
So expensive, I can understand.
Woo! Deleting Discord seems like the best option for my mental state at this point. But if anyone's wondering, hey Panda, won't your friends miss you and such? Won't they? If they're going to miss me, they're gonna why would you miss someone that is annoying? My question is, why? If the person is annoying or talks too much, then maybe you shouldn't have that person around. Just a thought. 'Cause sometimes
They locked them? So you have to walk to Walmart to use their bathroom. Oh, the freshman. Fuck. Dude, the freshmen are ballsy. Dude, seniors here in Chico wouldn't put up with the freshmen.
I just wanna understand something.
Clean the fuck out.
If you're constantly stressed or
They locked the boys' bathrooms, broke all the girls' bathrooms' windows, and vandalized the entire boys' bathroom.
let me just explain what's going on, really. Let's just say an incident happened with a friend of mine and another person, and they don't want to talk anymore, then there was a whole entire situation with one of my other friends, and three of the people that got, like, turns out one of the parents of the three people in the situation, not besides myself, they had their father was a police officer, and he was talking to us. He was a nice guy, don't get me wrong. The police officer was really sweet. But the whole entire drama started because of someone lying, which reminded me of another incident where people were lying about things. First they said that they lied about the person being in a car crash, then they lied about the person being in a coma, and then they lied about, like, some other things. And at this point, I don't know if I can trust the people anymore because of that. Because I never lied to them. Why would they lie to me? Like, I don't understand. Why would you lie to someone who has done nothing wrong to you just to get back at another person entirely? And the people should have thought maybe if this person's father, like their parent, didn't go along with this whole entire beautiful scheme idea, maybe, just maybe, it wasn't a good idea. Maybe it was not a smart idea to do the thing entirely, and the person seemed like, are you blaming me for the blah 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 blah, and I'm over here like, well, it was your fault for coming up with the idea in the first fucking place. If you wanted the person to, like, you never want a person to suffer the same way you do. Why force someone to suffer the same amount as you do if you don't want anyone to suffer like that? I honestly don't understand. Like, I have dealt with people thinking it's okay to make someone else suffer the same amount of suffering they go through. Like, if you hate going through suffering, like the thing you're going through, and you hate it, why force someone else to go through it? Like, you hate it yourself. Why force someone to go through something you hate? Unless you're just like want to be a fucking jerk. And I just don't understand my friends anymore. I honestly don't.
Vandalized that locked up my freshman. And then the girls' bathroom just don't have any working windows.
Like, it makes me depressed.
Somebody was using a robot as a weapon?
Don't forget. Also, fuck, this is an entire cage spider floor.
And I don't know. I want to believe that my friends are perfect people, that they're nice and caring and wonderful. But sometimes people are never as it seems. I want to feel happy with my friends again.
Here's, I don't
There you go. Have a beautiful ocean in the background of this. So the screen's not blank anymore. The video I'm using is by this person. I will leave a link to their channel because they only have like 3 videos, I believe, but I'm gonna link their channel. Just, there you go, a link to the person. Yeah, okay, but I just don't understand what's going on anymore, really. Like, I have wonderful friends at times, but I just don't get it.
These like dungeon towers in like the middle of the ocean, right?
I don't understand.
I've been trying at one
For so long, I question if
two, 3 Minecraft weeks,
if
and I've got like
anything, am I the person always in the wrong?
dude, I've got like 20 death markers on this fucking tower alone.
But let's get into the facts thing. So, first fact about things that I've learned is the mythical creatures we have made or have been in stories always seem to amaze us more than real history. Like, Godzilla is a mythical creature we made up, but the backstory and the story itself behind the creature has always changed throughout the years depending on the type of people making the movies. He may be a hero one movie, he may be a villain on a rampage, he may be a symbol of our own destruction, and so much more. Like, have you ever been in a world where your own stories, own characters we have thought of existed, and the myths and stories relating to something real world events, like the time that on top of a volcano in Hawaii, snow formed on top of it during an active volcano, and salt mines were made because of those that specific event, and there was a story written to explain the event. Some humanity makes stories to explain like bizarre events, like stories about fires and saying a fire demon caused it, or a mystical dragon on a rampage. And some stories dealing with mythological creatures that may not exist, but might have been inspired by other creatures entirely. Like, some people mistake seals or sea cow, as some creatures called at times, as a mermaid. And you think about, how would someone imagine a mermaid out in the water by looking at a sea cow on accident? Maybe it's because of the salty water, or they're drinking alcohol on a ship, and they look out in the water and see a beautiful mermaid, and they swim out to the mermaid and end up drowning because they're intoxicated. Like, they're intoxicated because of the beer. This is why you never should swim when you're, like, drunk. But, and I always like thought that in some scenarios of the world, if you ever like think about like a mythological creature that you like a lot, and you wonder how to take care of that creature, it's really incredible on how many stories and myths take around like humanoid creatures or creatures that are a amalgamation of other creatures. Like the Kirin is an oxtail, scales like a dragon, a deer, with holy fire as hair and fur. And it's incredible, like, hearing about that creature, and what you think about is like a mythical, like, creature that's a long tail and surrounded by mythical holy fire. And you think about, like, what holy fire would look like. Would it be blue? Would it be red? Would it be another color entirely? What if it could be purple? And some people may think when I say Kirin, they think of that mythological creature from My Little Pony. Where do you think the My Little Pony staff got the idea of a Kirin? It's a Japanese or Chinese mythological creature from Eastern, like, Korean origins. And, like, the creature itself is depicted as good and will be evil if they, like, have the ability to see into someone's heart and see the good, or see the good or the evil in a person. Like, some creatures have the ability to do that, and some of the creatures have the ability to just be evil or have mythical powers that no one can comprehend. Like Medusa having the ability to turn people into stone. No one knows why she has that ability, but they believe in some stories. It says the reason why she has the ability to turn people into stone when they look into her eyes is so no human being can appreciate her beauty and stuff like that. Or some other things like that. Like, it's just amazing what human religion, beliefs, anything can create a mythical creature or a magical place entirely. Dragons are a big cultural, like, being. A dragon could be holy, a dragon could be a king, a dragon can be all powerful, and it takes a magical item like a spear or an arrow to take its magical beast down. Its armor can be thicker than steel, thicker than iron. It can be connected to the ground. It can be flying so high above the sky. And people can praise them as gods, but at the same time, they are easily taken down like us mortals. And it's incredible thinking about many ways you can take down a Pacific dragon. And you can see all the stories and series that has dragon-like elements, or at least a dragon mentioned, and hearing about their magical powers. And some people take those dragon tropes and flip it on its head, making a dragon speak, walk like a human, or make humans that can turn into dragons. Like that one series that has the voice actor that voiced Zuko and Rufio, of all people, and voiced those people and acted like those people. And you watch that series and you're just like, it's Zuko! But no, it's Rufio. It's amazing that there's stories about humans turning into dragons, other mythical creatures, and so many other things. Like, the movie The Last Unicorn has a story about a unicorn becoming a human, but chooses to turn back into the unicorn because then she will be the last unicorn ever if she stayed human. And then the Red Bull and there's mythical creatures that are in video games, like the Rock creature, but from that one Rescued Under movie, when there was like a golden, like, rock bird thing, and that's what they're called. Like, ginormous birds are called rocks, for some reason. Like, ginormous birds. They can lift up elephants and have feathers stronger than stone and steel. And it's really a pain to kill them. There's so many creatures that are unkillable. Like, you can't kill them. But we humans in these stories finds ways to kill the entity or escape. Sometimes you just need to run away from a dragon and never face it head on. Like, we have D&D, we have Dungeons and Dragons, D&D basically. I explained that D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons. We have Skyrim, we have the Lord of the Rings movies. We have so many stories that has these mythological, powerful creatures that mankind has to work around or collaborate with other humanoids to take down these said creatures. And it's just incredible on how these mythological creatures could be taken down by the power of friendship. I'm not joking! The power of friendship, even in dark movies like Lord of the Rings, somehow the power of friendship takes down a god dragon, and it's hilarious. And the stories and the ideas are changeable throughout the series. Like, a dragon could be a flying serpent for all that it matters. In Chinese, like, in that one movie with a white snake, like the black snake and the white snake, they're dragons for some reason. They're dragons and they go, I can fly! Or, like, spiritual stuff. And heck, even sometimes anime references to the Everyday Ghost episode or Beach episode. It's sometimes, like, heck, even sometimes the Beach episodes, like that one series about anime girls that are mythological creatures, like a half girl, half snake. They have a beach episode. And that's hilarious. Or there's like these movies called, this series with a vampire with white hair, like a pink hair, but turns into a white-haired vampire that's OP as fuck and rude. There's that. And we flip, like, old stories and make adaptations of those said stories, and then the wide range of vampires, types of werewolves, types of dragons, like, types of wizards, warlocks, witches, are so expanded at this point that anything can go. Like, you can make a vampire that has the ability to just ban water. Because vampires used to not be able to cross water. In, like, old vampire stories, you can keep Dracula in his, like, coffin by putting a rose on top of it, and he can't cross water, and he can't go into, a house without being invited in. You know that stuff? And it's incredible, like, you have to kill a vampire with a stake, you have to, like, throw holy water on a possessed person, a Ouija board can summon a demon, like it could summon Cthulhu or something, and then Cthulhu itself! Reason why H.P. Lovecraft made this, because he was probably in hysteria and paranoid. Like, you can tell in his stories that he's paranoid of, like, people of color, because he always makes people of color seem like the bad guy in his stories, which is sad. Stop being racist, H.P. Lovecraft, my dude. Stop being racist, dude. But his stories about Cthulhu inspired, like, in Mystery Incorporated, inspired, like, an episode where it's like, what is his name? Hold on. Chargar Gothicon? The beast that has no name? That episode? Don't know how I remember his name. It took me a second to remember, because the only way I remember is when everyone's like, Chargar Gothicon, blah blah blah, summoning him. Even though he's right there in front of them, he's just standing there like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, what are you three doing? I'm already here, you stupid. And, like, there was that episode, including, like, the, Manticore that looked like more like a man, and that face was a bit terrifying. And then you have series like Star vs. the Forces of Evil that has their own like mythological creatures, like Rainbow Unicorn Blast, and then has like this all-powerful being just being done with everything. It's like straight up done with everything. Like, I'm 100% done with this stuff. Kill me, please, type of character. And we have other characters like other series that has like these magical beings that are inspired by other magical beings, like in Star Wars, Clone Wars. There's like these cool mythological creatures people make up. We have the Avatar movie, and then we have like the Avatar series. Like, I'm talking about the Avatar movie, that's the blue aliens. And then we have like the Avatar, the Last Airbender series that has a freaking flying bison, a polar bear dog, like, and normal cats, and just a bear at one point. You get a beaver bear, a platypus bear. Like, you have so many like creatures that are just mixed together. Like, you have a fire ferret that looks like a little red panda that mixed with a ferret. And that thing's adorable as hell. Do we have was there an episode where there was a panda bear at that point? I probably need to rewatch that series entirely. Like, dude, like, I love the polar bear dog. I love it. I'm glad that they have the polar bear dog. That thing is adorable, and I want one. But sadly, science has come so far. And then you have, like, in Pokemon, there's like episodes inspired by food. Just Pokemon inspired by food. And some Pokemon inspired by mythological creatures. It's insane on how many mythological creatures inspired TV shows and stuff. Like that one series. And it's just like mind-blowing. Heck, at this point, I won't be surprised if there's a magical horse that grants you every wish in the world, but there's like a consequence to that said wish, because the money might get taken from someone else. Don't worry, the meow is from my cat, not myself. Hi, Boomer. And like the Sphinx is a mythological creature. We have gods that are made out of creatures. Sorry for coughing. My allergies are bad. And like, if you think about it, cats used to be praised like beyond belief in... No, that's a sticker. Boomer, that's a sticker. You can't eat the sticker. The cats used to be like praised as gods in ancient Egypt. Like werewolves, like wolves were mistaken as like werewolves at times, or skinwalkers, jinn, I'm naming off creatures and like entities that I know. A wendigo, a dragon. I already talked about dragons. Mermaids, sirens, hippogriffs, griffins, seahorses that are like horses that are in the sea. Nyx or spirits like ghosts, zombies, werewolves, vampires, warlocks, warlords, the Lady of the Lake, the Excalibur. Fuck the Excalibur from like freaking Soul Eater. My god, was he annoying. The Grim Reaper. All the gods from Greek and Rome mythology. And you got like a dragon trainer, Hiccup Haddock. You got ginormous dragons, like King Ghidorah is like a Hydra dragon space thing. And then you got like magical twins. And you got like, oh god, you got like sorcerers, summoners, elves, pixies, fairies, gremlins, goblins, troll under the bridge. I'm trying to think of like more creatures. You have like giants. You got like the character of Thumbelina that is tiny and small. And you got like Jack and the Beanstalk. You got like a golden goose that lays golden eggs. You have a magical harp. A talking harp, I believe, in some stories. And you have like stories dealing with like Beauty and the Beast. The Beast himself is a magical creature. Talking objects. Enchanted spells, curses. What is that called? A kelpie? A kelpie is a dangerous animal, by the way. They're not nice. They will kill you. Like a kelpie, if you touch it, it will drag you. It will kill you. Their skin is so sticky that if you sit on it or put your hand on it, they will drag you into the water and drown you.
I'm in against the window.
I'm still live streaming. So can you flip the thing?
Alright. I
Like,
just
Jesus.
wanted to see the window. That's all.
You could have gone outside and saw it that way. Like, and you also got like these magical creatures that is like a rabbit with like reindeer antlers, wings, and little fangs. I forgot what that creature is called, but it's a cool ass creature. You have wolves with wings. You have demons, angels. You have the concept of hell and concept of heaven and the concept of the void. You have a concept of like an entity ruling space, aliens, the Men in Black, or like the creepypasta stuff. It's just so many. Who the heck's calling me? Hello? I don't have an IRS tax debt. It's just so many cool things that I know and want to talk to people about. And since now, I'm probably going to host this as a podcast, more on my Twitch. Like a compass. I don't know. Just a place I can talk, like, about things I learned, or tell stories, or, like, tell stories that people tell me. Like, there's a story about my mom meeting a unicorn. There is a story of one of my ancestors that was a sheriff, and he was an amazing man. And he even he was such a man that impacted like anyone's life that even criminals showed up to his like burial ceremony. Like, it was like, I have so many stories. Like a story about like me like dealing with a ghost once, and stories that my mom and my dad told me about, connecting things that I learned about Wicca, and learned about my own religion, and stories about other religions. Heck, right now I'm in a phase where I want to get Day of the Dead stuff. Like, I got a candle with a candy skull in it. I got a metal candy skull that I can put stuff in it. I got these cool little decoration. Look, I got a candy, like a Mexican candy, like candy skull puppet thing that I can hang up. I got like another Halloween decoration that is Day of the Dead themed. I am wanting to learn about so many cultures, mythological, like what makes the Day of the Dead, what makes Halloween Halloween. Like, do we dress up as like monsters when the monsters come out, like real monsters come out and prowl the night, so we put on costumes to blend in with them so they don't chase after us? Like, so many things is incredible that humanity made up or were like stories that in the past that are written in reality. Like the story behind Thor and Ragnarok. Like, Ragnarok never has a specific date of the end of the world. Specific date thing. So Ragnarok can happen at any time and no one will know. And that's how cool the story is of Ragnarok. And, like, how, like, Marvel kind of messed up on, like, Thor and Loki being siblings. No, that was not the case. Thor is not related to Loki. He is not related to Loki at all. And, like, there's so many cool things that I want to talk to my friends about. But sometimes they don't want to listen to me or, you know, think I talk too much. Like, I know a lot more about, like, Godzilla. And I want to talk about how Godzilla's a metaphor for nuclear testing if we keep, like, doing wars around nuclear testing. Or amazing things that deals with the world being an amazing place. Like, there is stories about people actually, like, going around other places and being in a world that is not our own. It's a magical place we live in right now. And it's wonderful living around all these stories and people retelling things that they learned in the past, or campfire stories. Anything dealing with a mythological creature is incredible. Like, how, like, Aphmau probably made up the story about an Ultima, but it's based around an actual type of wolf species. There's, like, this wolf species that are called the giant wolves, but some people call them Ultimas, or the gray, or the black wolves. The wolf that Eren is probably based after is the giant wolf. There's, like, many giant wolves in stories and stuff. Like the giant wolf from the story of Ragnarok. Or, like, I forgot the giant wolf's name, so bear with me. But he's like this huge, humongous wolf that towers over mountains and such. And he used to be chained in the underworld next to the Tree of Life or something. I don't know for sure. Tree of Knowledge. But don't worry about my cat. He's just being annoying right now. Stop being annoying. Please. And there's, like, it's incredible learning about these stories. And learning about stories from people's point of views. Like, there's probably a story from Germany that deals with a mythological creature. There's stories from, like, people that are, you know, African American that deal with the Wendigo. Or, like, spiritual stuff. Like ghosts, banshees, evil spirits, and so much more. And learning about these things is incredible. And I wish I was taught them more. But I have to look them up online myself or learn them from my family. Like, the creation of the world has been retold in many stories from different places around the world. Like, there's a story in, like, ancient Rome on how the world was created. There's another story, like Gaia and the sky. Like, it's really cool. And I'm over here just like, Jesus, like, there's so many, like, stories. Like how Jesus made water into wine. How, gods are created in the Roman Greek mythology. How war started based around mythology and religion at times. How the world has evolved to express more, and I mean more different things. And I love learning about it all. And I wish I could talk to my friends about all the things I know. But because sometimes they say I talk too much, or I'm a bit annoying with some things, or I accidentally interrupt something without realizing or being told that I'm interrupting something. Because sometimes my friends forget that I am brain dead with some things. Or I'm not, able to read the room, which happens a lot. And it's fun to learn about stuff like that. It is fun to learn about the Kirans. It's fun to learn about, like, how to spell Kiran in the first place, because sometimes it's spelled like with a Q, sometimes it's spelled with a K. And, like, if you think about it, Kirans can fly. They don't need wings to fly. Like, the Japanese and Chinese dragons don't need to fly. They have magical powers that let them fly. They can just, like, fly around the world. They have these magical orbs that help keep the world balanced and stuff. It's incredible on so many movies and stories based around old stories and, mythological creatures in general. Like the Lady in the Moon from the movie, like, Up to the Moon or something. I forgot the name of the movie, I'm sorry. Or there's stories about, like, a magical dragon that has, like, an orb that brings life back to the world when it's, like, ending and stuff. Like, God, I wish I can tell my friends all of these things that I know, but some of my friends tell me, Panda, enough, or Panda, be quiet. Yeah, the Panda enough thing came from Ace. Panda, take a breath came from another person. And I just want to talk about the things that I enjoy and like. I just want to talk about, like, things that I actually want to talk to people about. But I never get a chance to at times. And when I do get in a mood to explain all the things that I know about Pacific story or Pacific creatures, I get immediately shut down or told, okay, Panda, we get it. Okay, Panda, we get it. Just basically, if you think my cat's being tortured, he just wants to be let out of the room. So give me a second, I will let him out, because I don't want my background noise to just be heard of a cat meowing constantly. You can stop now. I'm letting you out. Go. At times my doors refuse to close. It's amazing! Life is amazing with the stories. Like, at this point, I wish I can tell my friends everything I know, and everything I learned, and everything that I have trialed and errored, and a lot of things. It's incredible. And I'm glad today I got to live stream and explain all of it, just to get all of this cool facts and information I learned that the school never taught me themselves. It's incredible. And I'm glad I got to share it with you guys today. Thank you all for watching. And I'm probably not going to be on Discord for a while. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm not going to be on Discord anymore, really. Because I realize that not a lot of my friends try to understand me at times. At times. Remember, I'm saying at times, because I know a lot of my friends might get offended, like, I do try to understand you, and blah, 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 blah. I'm saying at times just to, say, because some people do try to understand, but they don't try to understand what I like and prefer to talk about. Because I don't want to talk about sexual stuff. I don't want to talk about, the world falling apart. I don't want to talk about things that are not interesting to me. Like, reaction videos are not interesting to me. People stealing shit is not interesting to me. A lot of the things my friends watch are not interesting to me. So I try to talk about things that are interesting to me. But I mainly get it shut down, or people just get annoyed at me for talking about it. So, you know what? Screw my friends with that. Because I made a live stream talk about everything I wanted to talk about. And I'm going to make this a podcast thing now on. Every once a month, I will come onto here and make a live stream about the things I learn. And hope it inspires you to learn about said things. Like, it inspires you to learn more about the Wendigos, or the Kirin, or learn about more Greek and Roman mythology, learn about Norse mythology, learn about Chinese and Japanese mythology, learn about the UK mythology. Just things that inspired me to talk about today will inspire you to look into it. Heck, some people mistaken the Rock as a, ginormous griffin. Or ginormous hawk or eagle. No, they're not. They're not ginormous eagles and hawks. Some people just draw them as those. It's just mind-blowing on how much information has been given to us and we don't use it at times. Or even talk to people about it. So thank you all for joining my live stream. It's really fun talking about it. And talk about the things I want to talk about. And I want to thank you all for watching. Panda is out. A.K.A. Lusan.